Ladies and gentlemen, if you suffer from low libido, poor drive, or subpar bedroom performance, don't skip this ad. Youth Fountain Laboratory, makers of the Blackout Nattokinase cocktail, has created a powerful dietary supplement, strong enough for men, yet safe enough for women. Introducing VasoFlux, a unique blend of 20 herbs, barks, roots, and compounds designed to turn back the hands of time. VasoFlux is made of ingredients clinically proven to help improve blood flow, lower blood pressure, increase libido for both men and women, improve performance, increase energy and drive, and reduce menopausal symptoms in women while restoring virility in men. For more info, visit Youth Fountain Laboratory at youthfountainlab.com or call toll-free at 1-800-853-7856. And remember, if you want to turn back the clock, try VasoFlux.
All truth, no lies, facts over feelings. We ain't gonna start something we can't finish. Google gang.
Better keep that shit to Google when you mention me. First sign of disrespect, I'm turning Hercules. It's gonna be a lot of shirts press, rest in peace. Keep it to Google, better keep it to Google. Keep that shit Google when you mention me. First sign of disrespect, I'm turning Hercules. It's gonna be a lot of shirts press, rest in peace. Keep it to Google, you better keep it to Google. Keep it to Google. You better keep it to Google. Better keep it to Google. Keep it to Google. Google gang.
Jeter, and I'm not saying Gia, not Gia, I'm saying Jita. Jita, Jeter. G-I-T-A, gratitude is the attitude. And it sure is a blessing to be here in the black box and blow a succession. I see somebody here from Dirt Gang TV. My nigga Tree from Thumbs Up in here asking me all kind of way out questions in the chat room when he could have just texted me that. You want everybody to know you got that kind of action, but we never know who watching. We never know who listening. Don't ask me where I'm finna be. That's just one condition. Oh, my mama, it's all good. It's all love. So glad that the Google Gang is in the black box with me. So much to be grateful and thankful for. A lot of frustrating events going on right now in the world. If you're one of us, we're getting cold reminders of what it is. The reason why I do not pay no attention to organized sports right now has slapped us in the face. I can't believe everybody went back to business as normal, even without no audience. But discomfort, to put into a state of perplexity and embarrassment, discontent. I am discomfort with the fact that there is a such thing as an active NBA. And I see individuals such as Shannon Sharp trying to take a break, not knocking the fact that he's speaking out, speaking on, and trying to speak on behalf of what's going on in Minnesota right now, when, because of what took place in Minnesota less than a year ago, I think we should be aware enough that the issues are serious enough that we should not be interested in nothing but justice. No way. I'm watching this little George Floyd trial on the court TV, and I'm tripping on how, like, they got this officer on the stand of Asian persuasion who was present. And you can't help but reflect upon the recent conversation about, attacks on Asians, and the media and the public response in general, from what I could pick up, was this big surge of concern. I think there was even $50 million allocated toward that group of people by name, which for some reason it seems unfair to allocate any certain denomination of dollars toward blacks. I think that's the problem, being classified as black. We've been duped, y'all. But we have this Asian officer on the stand who, first of all, is human above everything, and then an officer, protector of life. Now, he's on the stand giving his account of a human life being just destroyed right in front of him. And I just find it so crazy how they find a way to be so technical and analyze every possible concept of why this man that was innocently murdered, this innocent man who was viciously murdered on camera, they make every benefit of the doubt seem to be the most probable thing when it comes to one of us being victimized. I don't understand how the same system can determine that. And y'all gotta see, cause it's so frustrating the way they analyzing this little piece of white something in cuz mouth, right? Which by everybody's admission could be anything from a Tic Tac to some a ball of grits. It perhaps could even be that stanky ball or whatever you be when you in an intense moment that you cough up. It could be that just by any stretch of the imagination. And I'm familiar with court to know that speculation is one word that is not allowed in a trial. However, it blows my mind how they are allowing all these experts to speculate on what it may have been in his mouth. I've learned this. In America, what we have been taught and told is you have to get proven guilty in court beyond a reasonable doubt. You don't have no longer, or I don't know if it ever was the case that it was true that was the case. But I've realized you don't have to prove to the jury that any one thing or another happened. It is widely accepted, even verbalized, and overstood by those that matter in those scenarios, which are the lawyers, the judges, the commentators. It is widely understood that no longer or never was there really a burden of proof. The only burden the prosecution has in court is to convince the jury, which leaves room for so much gray area of interpretation that it's ridiculous. But now I'm tripping on how God they are killing our babies. It's your perception on it all changes when you come from, okay, it's a peer, or it's a big homie because you're young, or they got it grown up. And then as you get a little older, they got a peer, someone my age. But when you get to the age of where the people that are getting killed are the same age of your children, and you realize, insert your child, bam, the same scenario, they just killed your child. It takes on a whole other perspective. And now right in the same area, DAUNTE WRIGHT, we get caught up with the same amount of stretching the imagination for the benefit of the doubt of the law. Now it's big, bright yellow. They tell you, don't even let your kids have the orange tip guns that's all black with just a small orange tip. Okay, that can be mistaken. But here we have something that is totally opposite, from black to fluorescent. For 20 years, it's on one side versus the opposite. And now we're giving this individual the benefit of the doubt of, just because they went through the motions of saying taser, taser, taser. As long as I say taser, 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 I can shoot you with my gun. Wow. I'm aware that the law is anyone that is an officer, when they come to court to testify after 5 years of being on the force, you are considered as an expert witness. So if you're an expert witness, they consider you an expert in the field. So you're 5 times 4, 20 years vet. You are 20 times an expert. And you are a lot. They charge her, but they charge her with a lower charge than what the officer is charged with in the George Floyd case. Oh, mama, I don't understand. Okay, they stopped a few games, but they just did us like this a year ago. Cause we gotta stop. Everybody have to realize we are just a drop in the ocean. And just because you may be super successful with what you're doing in front of the eyes of the public, and you're a part of one of us, there comes a time when sacrifice says nothing matters, because I'm just a drop in this ocean, this mighty ocean, even without everything else we see. We are a mighty ocean ourselves as a people. And if we realize our smallness, and no matter how great we feel it to be, is far more effective if we apply it to the mighty ocean than whatever is going to be floating off by ourselves, because we're going to be gone. We have to have a more clear picture of our plight as people and apply ourselves to scenarios a little more appropriately, if you ask me. On my mama. Yeah, she got charged with second-degree murder. The max she's facing is 10 years. And you seen what happened when the lady ran in the black man's house and say that was an accident. That's all they got to do is come. We living in a world where Hollywood reigns supreme. And just because somebody has a very unbelievable explanation as to why they did something extremely ridiculous and illegal, because they're wearing a uniform, it flies. No problem. And because they're doing it to us, though. Because it's the same system that did not find Trayvon Martin had the right, after being apprehended, hunted down, tracked down by an individual that was advised by law enforcement not to do so. Someone who was walking, a minor, minding his own business, was apprehended, chased down, and felt like he needed to defend himself. The same system when he's no longer alive, but they can still agree on those facts. They determined that he didn't have the right to defend himself. And now, can you imagine the way, y'all know what Zimmerman did with that gun, sold it. Can you imagine what the taser and the burner that this demon just utilized to take the life of our kindred once again? Man, it's getting sickening. And they gonna keep chunking coons of ball so everybody could be distracted. And our small window here, you know, you read history, you hear about certain things inspire you. And very seldom are you long-term inspired by someone who was willing to be distracted by everything that mattered in order to have fun and get money. And that's not too inspirational. Cassius Clay formerly turned Muhammad Ali. On top of the world, young man. Success, future, everything at his fingertips. Found himself in a similar situation. There were a lot of different details, but the public, his career, everything was on the line, cuz. Stood solid. That's what made him the greatest of all time. Not how cuz his hands were so cold, cuz took so many L's throughout the course of this situation. It had to be something more than just what he did in the ring to make him the greatest. And if you do some history on Muhammad Ali, and realize some of the bold statements that he had the courage to make on some of the biggest platforms for our sake, you got to realize that it's the same the people that are in his position with far more influence are compromised. Oh, mama, it's crazy.
On the beat. But it ain't murder in my city. This is murder in my city.
R.I.P. Daunte Wright. R.I.P. George Floyd. Salute to all those on the front line in Killer, Minnesota.
I don't know. Please tell me why they had to kill him. I don't know. But this is murder in my city. Murder in my city. This is murder in my city. Murder in my city. Yeah. Gotta watch who you hang with. Hadn't been around the block, they on that same shit. Yeah. Duck low, can't change it. Gotta figure this out, I gotta make it. And if they try to take it, it's yellow tape. I refuse to let them have what's on my plate. Watch out for my bro, that's my babe. Test him, then it's shots to the face. On the back, everybody need the hot. To the truth, they ain't really hot as me though. Yeah, I got the treasure, yeah, it's all on me. Got them looking for it, finding Nemo. Shots, everybody get on the ground. That nigga got hit with it, yeah, make a sound. Remember when they killed Dennis, he was only 7. Yeah, my young boy, he is in there. Turn to the news, and they got that boy slipping. I don't know. Please tell me why they had to kill him. I don't know. But this is murder in my city. Murder in my city. This is murder in my city. Murder in my city. Yeah.
On the dead low. Usually the crew won't move through the eulogy. You'll be plotting, popping, you a G. Who shooting? Who driving? You and me. EC, keep that between you and me. that was 4, not at least 2 or 3. Streets talk, just watch, you will see. On the set, never charge you a fee. And unless you agree, you a ye. Never been scared, never been phony. Every enemy in the area know me. Everywhere I go, I carry it on me. Cemetery ceremony, buried at home. Blue chucks, obituary struck up. Hope the preacher hurry up and shut the fuck up. View the murder victim, single file line. Violent vengeance, only thing on my mind. Murder.
I don't know. I don't know. Please tell me why they had to kill him. I don't know. But this is murder in my city. Murder in my city. This is murder in my city. Murder in my city. Yeah.
Jeter. Gratitude is the attitude in the black box. We'll be thankful and grateful. Remain unhateful. Oh, my mama, I agree, little mama. It is gonna be a hot summer.
Nigga Nip Hustle. Big shout out to my nigga SPI, Spotter Low. You know I'm in the black box. Had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned. All that.